All right, Jain guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the day 24 of recording scheduled video for 75 days. And today we will talk about the national issues, mainly in the area of Northeast and as well as in some mainstream of India. That is the 100 millions population of tribals. So, in this video, we will talk about the development of tribals, specifically in India. What are the government measures, right? And all those things, right? That, you know, concerns all about the tribal, people. We will, thanks, there's one viewer. Welcome to the live. And in this video, we will talk all about the tribals development in India. All right. So, let us understand what tribal is. India is a home to more than 100 millions of tribal people, constituting about 8.6% of the whole population in India. So out of 100%, 8.6 percentage are the people who belongs to the category of tribal. All right. And the tribal people spreads all across the country like Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Jharkhand, and if I have to talk about Northeast, mainly all of the states, seven sisters, including the North Bengal region of West Bengal, every state have the tribal population. So the tribal communities represent very diverse culture, tradition, and socio-economic condition. This tribal development has been a key focus of the national policy of the government since the very independence, right? That's why we get to see a lot of reservation and all the facilities that tribals can avail, right? So, therefore, all this tribal development aims to integrate these communities into the mainstream of society because there must be no discrimination in India as of Article uh, 15, right? Everyone is equal in the eyes of the constitution and in the eyes of state. Therefore, there is a lot of development in the tribals domain, right? So that they could be merged and they must be on par with the general mainstream of whole India, preserving their unique identity, right? So today we will also discuss about the objectives of the tribals development. Firstly, it's socio-economic upliftment of the tribal people. So all the people of India, not just few, not just must be rich, but everyone must get equal and all the opportunities, right? And as we know, tribals, right, they are, I wouldn't use the term marginalized, but neglected, you know, most of the times. Therefore, the objectives of tribals development is to uplift their very socio-economic, you know, socio-economic area domains, right, where they can foster a sense of unity among the whole population of India, right, so that they don't feel neglected, right. And second is the preservation of their unique culture, tradition, and identity. Their culture are very different and unique in this earth, right. If we look at the tribal people culture, right, they have their own language, they have their own culture, they have their own tradition. So all this tradition will be vanished if we do not preserve it, right. And in order to preserve it, the government must take necessary step, right. And this very step is to preserve the culture, right, so that tribal develops. Therefore, the preservation of tribal culture is one objective of the tribal development. And third is improved access to the education, health ho gaya, and also for the employment. We can see in n number of departments there are a lot of reservation. Forget about departments, even in Lok Sabha, right. It starts from the very bottom, panchayat raj institution. By then, by their in the very grassroots level, the reservation starts for the SC, ST, and tribal people, right? So that's the objective of government, so that they could participate equally like the mainstream people of India. All right. Now, next is empowerment through the self governance under the Panchayat extension to scheduled areas. That is PESA Act. I am sure you all must have heard about it. And lastly, the main objective of the government of India is to reduce the poverty and inequality by the targeted welfare schemes, right? So the government, frame a lot of schemes, right, a lot of public policy to reduce the poverty and inequality faced by the tribal people. So here comes the end of the objectives of the tribal you know development. Now we'll be shifting towards the major government initiative. What are the initiatives that government is taking in order to develop the tribal people? Firstly, as you all know, in the Constitution of India, we have fifth and sixth scheduled for the tribal areas. Although this doesn't apply to the areas like North Bengal, because there are multiple, also if I have to mention, apart from North Bengal, there's Chhattisgarh, right? So there are a few states which do not comes under the area of sixth schedule and fifth schedule. Yet it is in the constitution. So there we acknowledge the fact that the government has done something for the tribal areas, like schedules like fifth scheduled, sixth scheduled हो गया. And there is a lot of reservation in education, as I've said earlier, from election to employment. There is a lot of reservation, so that tribal people can avail and make their life good, and as well as preserve the very great identity and culture of their race, right? And that's there. Those are the few the constitutional safeguards. And how can I forget the article 338, which comes under the part 16? What is it, guys? If anyone have any idea, you all might just type in the comment, or if you're live, you can just drop quick chat on the live. I'll tell you, there's National Commission for Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe to look after all the tribal areas, so that they do not get marginalized, and they do not basically get neglected by the mainstream India. So we have constitutional body like National Commission for Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. Also, we have institution measure, that is again Ministry of Tribal Affairs, right, which was established in 1999. It is a altogether different ministry in the parliament, that is Ministry of Tribal Affairs, right? And next is Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation, that is in terms of business, right, in terms of marketing and the startups. And few development programs of the tribal development are integrated tribal development projects. Next is Banbandhu Kalyan Yojana from the government of India. And also other schemes are like Eklavya model residential schools in the education domain. And lastly, we have Forest Rights Act 2006, ensuring the land of the tribal people and resources of their rights. All right, although again this doesn't apply to the few tribal areas, but there is Forest Rights Act of 2006, which ensures that the tribal people have the genuine ownership of their land and resources. All right. We have also a few challenges in tribal development. Now we will look in the what is the major challenges that government faces. First is economic marginalization. As I've said, due to displacement of forest and land, there's a lot of economic marginalization. Excuse me, guys. And second challenge that government face is the low education rates. I can say low literacy rates among the tribal people. There are high amount of dropout. If you look in the tribal people education, a lot of people drop out their education real quick, right? In most of the cases, they don't even complete their class 10, class 12, right? They do not do their matrix HS, right? So that's again a challenge that the government faces, because they have very low literacy rate. And second, and third is, second is literacy rate, and third is healthcare issues.